Okay, good to know.
You didn't hear me crying from my bathroom?
Can you give me access to Lucci's to Theron so I can roll for him and do all of that?
I think he's still in the ICU right now. He's at like 1 HP, right? No,
Oh yeah! Hey,
you know,
that's a good segue. Let's do a quick recap and then we can. Ooh, okay, we'll jump into it.
Maybe I should go headphones on so that I don't know if there's echo or not. But I should probably test.
Yeah, let's go.
So, hey, yeah. Quick recap for anyone that didn't catch it. Oh, okay. And yeah, so quick for that. And also, if you want the more detailed version, it is uploaded onto my personal YouTube as well. So if you want that, just let whatever chat you know, and we can get you links to it like by the end of the stream. But yeah, so pretty much our four hero seems like a big word, a very big word to give these guys, but we have our we have Darko Doom, Geico, Pastor Chi, and Theron Gallandel. If I pronounced, did I say your last name right there, Theron?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, then your voice did not make it sound like I said it correctly. But anyway, they all went to the Gintax Academy to learn how to be super cool heroes, to leave their mark on the world, and already they have, because they by the end of the principal's speech, a whole bunch of cloaked figures did some weird incantation, and then they awoken in a room with a dragon skull puzzle, which they solved by many different techniques to eventually get through there to find an overturned cart with 3 goblins where love, ash, and blood was spilled all over the field. To shortly after exterminating these goblins, they met a young, unnamed married couple, to where Theron decided to end that line before it started. So
He saved us all. Thank you, Theron.
or created the big bad. We'll see. But anyway, but yes, we have all that going through, and I'm pretty sure as we go through, we will be able to meet and greet the characters. Excuse me, the characters that everyone's playing, and get them to know a little bit better. And so, if I remember correctly, the last session ended.
Whoa.
With the there.
I'm here.
What's going on?
Okay.
Discord
What's
keeps crashing
going
and then
on?
closing and resetting. I don't
Oh my
understand.
god.
Anyway.
Discord loves you.
That's it, guys. Next week we'll use Skype.
Skype stream.
Yeah, and then if that doesn't work, we'll go to TeamSpeak and just work our way down.
No, if that doesn't work, Gunshine's kicked out.
We'll just do all voices.
Phone call?
No, we'll just do
Aw.
all text.
Okay.
Deal.
We'll just
Yeah,
type it out.
Cheese Sardines asking you to stream, by the way, if you don't see it.
Oh. Yeah, I will. I'm not streaming this, but I will stream. I'm sorry, Sadie. I'm sorry, my boy.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, the way the session ended after Theron was stamping out the flames that Darko did, his hellish rebuke, he knocked an arrow and aimed it at the grieving husband over the loss of his wife and child. 2 shots, 1 arrow. He the world began to distort and turn and swivel, and I don't know if your characters would know what this looks like, but it kind of looks like when someone flushes a toilet, and it seems like first the color seems to swirl and pull into the center, and then the ground and the trees, they begin all to swirl and pull into each other. And then you guys wake up again. I'll just leave you guys on that map. I figured you guys like looking at what you guys did.
Oh yeah,
you guys,
relish in it.
Yeah, you guys wake up in a room, and you just hear like, you see one of the robed assistants, just that cast something on you guys, just sitting there and just like, as you guys wake up in this room, like what? So as you guys wake up, like, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys doing? You just see this robed assistant coming over to you.
We're in the forest still.
No, you're in like a stone room.
Okay.
I only see a forest.
Oh no, I don't have a map for this. This is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what happens?
Yeah.
I wake up. The first thing I think is to tell Geico not to pee on anyone.
And then Geico hears the advice, but then pees out of stress.
All right, and while that goes on, this robed person was like, "Well, that's known to happen when you awaken." Anyway, that was interesting. You guys here, and they give you some clear liquid. And just like, this is some water. Just take this. Normally, waking up from the dream is shocking. How do you guys all feel?
Like I got hit in the back of the head.
Like
Yes.
someone kicked me in the nuts.
Oh. That might have been... You might have felt weird. Anyway, okay. Yes. Well, don't worry. In about a couple minutes, that should be good. And then I will take you guys to Mr. Sir Granite Nail, who will be giving you your evaluation and seeing if you guys are able to stay.
Able to stay.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Being evaluated.
Yeah, that's didn't you guys? That's what the president was saying. Not the president. Principal. They're two different titles. Yeah, that's what the principal was saying. That you guys, we're gonna see who could stay, who could pass the test or not.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
I remember everything he said.
Oh, that's good. I'd normally tune him out. Don't tell him that. I need this job.
Aw.
So
Wait. I'm going to. Pastor Chi's going to hand this robed figure a single gold coin. The pouch of coins that I have.
Thank you. Okay. This will help feed my 32 kids.
32.
Holy shit.
I was very active in collecting. I run an orphanage. Was that not clear? Sorry, I'm sorry. I forget. I leave that small bit of information out. Slips my mind. They're all just little cherubs sometimes. But if I have to eat one more macaroni and cheese anyway, how are you guys feeling? Are you guys good?
I feel like I could use some food.
Oh,
Could use a Tylenol.
Geico's wondering if you have a spare pair of pants.
Give me
For
1
no
minute.
reason.
Okay, yeah. Give me 1 minute. I will. Yeah, I'll bring you guys some bread and some pants and some medicinal help. I never heard of this Tylenol, but okay. Yeah, we'll see what we can do here.
Who is this Ty Linol?
Yeah, must be some great wizard. Okay, and this robed figure just shuffles out, and about like 5-10 minutes. During that time, you guys you notice that your legs, it felt like you could sit up, but your legs weren't moving. And then before they come back, like, you're able to have function of your legs and limbs and just all and everything. You guys are able to get up and move around. You're feeling a lot better. And so they come back. Oh, okay. This is what I was able to grab real quick. We just had some. I only have bread. Yeah, the dinner should be served soon, but probably after you meet Sir Granite Nail. But yeah, here you go, and pass out some bread. And he goes over to Geico. I realized I didn't get your size, so I have like 3 different pairs of pants here. There's a divider back there if you just want to go change. Yeah, here you go.
Thank you for the pants.
Oh, Pastor Chi requests a non-carb meal. Do you have anything else?
One second. Oh, what did you know? I left Sir Tynall outside. I'll be right back with... Okay. And, yeah, he's, like, gone longer this time and comes back and he's like, well, I think I don't know what I found, but the chef, he's from a foreign land, but said this is a salad. So hopefully this helps. It's very green and it looks like a tree.
Oh God.
So I'll just leave this here. It's like the DM just didn't feel like looking up what actually was a no-carb meal, but that's okay. He's an ethereal being that sometimes interacts with this world. Ignore what I just said. Anyway. Oh, and for you, I found... Well, I didn't find this Sir Tynall, but I found... this... Here, we have this. Maybe this will help you out. It helps with headaches. And, like, holds out, like... It looks like a green tea. Like, it looks like kind of that consistency and color. And hands it to you and just like, okay, in a couple minutes, if everyone's good, we'll head over and, yeah, you guys can get on your evaluation. And so, okay. And then after that, he waits for everyone to finish eating. He's like, oh, you can just leave your plates there. Someone else will come by and get that and follow me. And he leads you down these stone like hallways where you can see like open doorways in there, where you can see other students that were in that you guys may have noticed in the orientation speech part, where it looks like they were either sleeping or waking up, or some just don't look good, and some look perfectly healthy, and some rooms look empty. But it seems like everyone that was in the where the orientation and speech from the principal was happening was in one of these rooms at some point. And I won't require you guys to roll anything for this, but you guys can assume that there we go. That way I can actually see a character sheet when I need to ask questions. You guys can assume that other people were going through something similar, if not the same thing, where you guys were put with groups of people to go through some sort of trial or event or whatever happened, as they called the dream. And then after a few minutes, the road figure brings you to another building, and then through another whole maze of hallways to a wooden door, like a double wooden door, and knocks on and just, Sir Granite Nail, they're here to see you now. And yeah, leads you into this room. And he's just like, okay, he will see you, and good luck. And the road figure leaves. And you guys see in this room a huge desk that sits in front of an even bigger bookshelf that's filled with like tomes and oddities that could be either just like maps to spell books to just random information books that filled with information just from scanning them. There could be other things on there too, and it looks like there's just like it looks like a skull that's on the back, and just like a crystal ball, and just a bunch of random things. And in front of that and behind the desk sits a dark-skinned dwarf with a ginger mohawk, grumbling, like looking at some papers. And he's like, "Oh yes, come on in." And you guys see 4 chairs there. Like, yes, take a seat. Okay, let's see. So we have Mr. Darko Doom and Mr. Geico, and Mr. Pastor Chi, and Mr. Theron Gallinudel. That's a mouthful.
Gallandil.
All right. So,
It's hard to get around that name.
So, I'm pretty sure our assistant there told you what is going on right now. He's giving you an evaluation. And, well, let me...
God.
Hmm?
No, I was looking at the game board right now.
Oh, yeah. You guys can... Yeah, that's an even better thing. Just leaving it up there for you guys to see what you did. Here, you know what? I'm going to show the stream. Let me switch over myself. There you guys go. Oh, you guys are just running all around in panic.
It's chaos.
We're trapped in a forest. That's why.
I'm freaking out. I've been in this forest for 2 weeks.
How do I get out?
I'm sick of eating goblin meat.
In grass.
Until the players came back and let us live. Alright, 1 second.
Oh, had to eat unborn baby. God damn.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Alright. So, we have this all going on, and he looks at some papers. So, let me just tell you. This dream, this interaction you guys had was definitely one of the more unique ones. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do this, so I'm just gonna ask you some questions, and we'll go from there. So, you know what? Let's just get the elephant out of the room and just cover this first. Excuse me, so you guys shot the wife of the villager that was trying to reclaim their items, huh?
One of us did.
Anything to say about that, Theron?
I'm just wondering, Theron, can you explain the thought process behind shooting this innocent woman?
She was a terrible person in disguise as a pregnant lady. Or so I thought.
Or
You made an assumption after looking at her for 3 seconds.
I had an
Your
intuition.
Honor.
He took a shoot first, ask questions later approach.
The hype of 360 no-scoping that one goblin gave me the adrenaline and the hype to do it once more. And unfortunately, this female was in the way of my arrow.
Yes, if I remember correctly, you actually aimed for her husband, and then she got in the way.
Gunshine's frozen again.
As a very, very memorable phrase from my family lineage, it is what it is.
Okay.
Can't argue with that.
And he just like writes some notes onto his paper. And it's like, okay. Okay, so Mr. Darko, a question for you. It seemed that one of the goblins was definitely surrendered, if not infatuated with one of your teammates, and yet you still, as the notes say here, burnt that sucker to a crisp. Why? Like, is this something you normally do against people that surrender?
Oh, question two. Just generally, all of us.
Oh well, it was. He was asking Darko, but I don't know if.
Oh,
Darko...
I'm sorry.
It's all
Hello?
good. Hello.
Darko's
Just like
frozen.
saying
Why?
I space out sometimes. You're gonna have to.
It's all good, Darko. I can understand, but pretty much I was asking. It seemed like one of the goblins surrendered and was about to join your team, and then you lit him ablaze, and burned him to ash. I was just wondering, is this something you normally do to surrendering enemies, or you remember what you were thinking about that during that time?
Yeah. Everything went red. This generally happens from time to time in combat, and yeah, I just saw red, and I got kind of excited about setting things on fire. I'm a little bit of a pyromaniac, so.
I can understand because
Diplomatic.
I think that goblin's name was Goblin Red, but anyway. Okay, and he just writes some more notes and. Okay. So Pastor. Pastor G,
Yes.
I have to ask, how did it feel to carry your team through that puzzle room? It seemed, if my memory holds correct, you kind of pulled the pieces together. I don't know if the notes were incorrect here, but it seemed like you figured things out.
Yes. Pasta Chi did everything. Pasta Chi is the smartest. Pasta Chi is the best.
So is that why you stood back during combat and just kind of walked up and tried to stealth in the middle of a field? I think that's what it says, right?
Pasta Chi takes time to make decisions. He thinks of every possible outcome before it happens. And by the time Pasta Chi had made his decision, the battle just happened to be over.
Why?
But I was going to come in.
Like the Cloud Retainer.
Say it again, sorry.
Why does Pastor Chi talk like the Cloud Retainer from Genshin?
It's a Genshin character. Because Pasta Chi is also a godlike figure. Like Cloud Retainer.
Okay. Scribble some more notes down. And Guy Ko. You you did some very unique things in the dream. I'm glad to see that you. I think you're one of the first people that urinated themselves during the dream, but
I get very scared.
I can see that. Do you normally have something against dragon skulls, or just skulls in general, or?
Yeah. So I don't like dragons.
Interesting.
That's all.
She can say that because she is one.
But you like goblins.
I don't have any particular opinions on anyone except for dragons.
Okay. So this question's just open to everybody here. Who do you think I guess pulled the weight of the group, and
Pasta Chi.
Geico.
Pasta Chi.
Geico.
and who didn't?
Pastor Chi.
Geico.
You're in.
Okay.
Let's just say I lessened the weight of that now widow's relationship.
Yes, that man is. Well, now, if he was real, it would have been quite an open He'd be on the market again, that's for sure. So, I guess that is an option. You guys do realize that wasn't real, correct?
What? What do you mean?
There's a reason we call it the dream.
Yeah. No, it wasn't real at all.
Wait, what is a dream?
This...
You mean Theron didn't actually kill?
Not that time. I don't know what you guys did on the way over. I think I'm gonna have to go check the news now.
Pastor Chi knew it was a dream. He knew it.
I don't know if he knew it.
He knew it.
So does that mean Red Goblin wasn't real?
Oh.
Nope. Yeah.
Are you saying their love wasn't real? Is that what you're saying?
I believe that the emotion you felt was real, but there's lots of people that are infatuated and fall in love with things that don't to exist.
Do I still have my bag of ashes?
Why don't you check?
Okay. Can I check the ashes to see if they're real?
So this is what I'll let you do. Why don't you roll a d20? Before you roll it, though, here, I'm gonna roll it for you.
Okay.
And then I want you to say high or low.
Okay. High.
Okay, so if I roll high, which is above a 10, then you have these ashes in your pocket and they exist. If I roll a 10 or lower, well, you have a bag of air.
Oh.
So let's give it a roll. Okay.
My boy.
Alright, well, I'll let you decide. Are you gonna show Granite Nail this, or?
I think I'd like to keep it to myself. He doesn't need to know about our love.
All right, and he's like, so yeah, there's no way anything from the dream can cross over into reality. It's physically impossible. And if it was, that would cause me to question my entire self forever. But anyway, so let me tell you guys, normally this score would not pass. However, we looked it over, and you are definitely one of the more, as we would put it, creative teams.
Nice. Yes.
And, well, let's just say there's a certain teacher that is willing to take on the challenge. So, yes. So you guys are, even though puzzle skills might need a little bit of work, and, I don't know, the world's an interesting place. Problem solving is probably the better way of calling it, but still, whereas you were kind of trapped in a room, you did show a creativity of ways in combat, where I can guarantee that nobody tried to seduce a goblin. Then
Nice
again,
one, Geico.
no one also tried to 360 no scope, as you put it, a villager. However, it was a very good shot. So, you guys are going to be in class A2.
Woo! That's the second best class, right?
Yes.
Right after A1.
Yes, and before A3. I know. I can count. But your teacher there, she's new. Her name is Miss Berry. So, and let me tell you guys something. And he gets like, he stands like on top of his chair and like kind of leans over his desk, and you guys can just assume that if he was standing on the floor, all you would see is his red tuft of a mohawk sticking above it, because he's not that tall. If you cause our new teacher any troubles, you will be answering to me.
In love with him?
I don't want to hear about any creative solutions done on the teacher, okay?
Oh,
Geico.
oh.
Theron.
I'm ready.
Theron wants to ask a question.
Yes, Theron, I can see your hand up.
Idea.
What color of hair does this teacher have?
Oh shit.
I don't think I should answer that. But anyway, we'll,
Figure.
So.
Okay, this will work.
Okay.
Sorry, I just can't. I'm fixing Gunshine's camera by capturing his stream.
Oh, good.
Wait, really? Sorry.
It's all good.
No,
I
no.
let it reset my Discord too. Yeah, I don't know, man.
So.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
You can put a filler picture.
Can Pastor Chi please spit into his hand and slick back his hair?
Yeah, you can do that. You don't need to ask for permission for fixing your hair.
Straighten out, dust off his robes a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Hey, are you trying to flirt with the teacher? What are you doing?
it's revenge.
That's my job.
Hello there, Pastor G. Anyway, so since you guys are now students, you guys will have this. And he slides over like these armbands. And he's just like, these go over your armor. They pretty much they're like black and white. Like it's an armband that is like one black band with two white bands on top of it. And it just has a G and A. Have you seen those? Have you seen the, I think they're on the Instagram Reels. They're probably on TikTok too, where people are making logos where they take letters and they just write the letter over top of each other to make a logo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but with a G and an A. So
Gotcha.
just written on there in like a bronzish color. And he's just like, so this will show that you're students. This is kind of like your hall pass and way of being known. And if we'll just say, if you see people with other items that seem to be, let's just say, the farther you progress in this school, the better. There's other ways to show your rank. Except when you're a teacher. Then when you're a teacher, you can, you have freedom to pretty much dress as you wish. So,
Wow.
hey, become a teacher and you can dress as you want.
Can I roll to become a teacher?
Roll to become a teacher. Sure.
I was not expecting him to say yes.
It's easy to.
Sorry, I was laughing. Well,
I'm kind of concerned about this Miss Barry now. Did she roll to become a teacher?
Can I roll to have her not become a teacher?
Well, let's see what she rolls.
what do I roll? Just
straight D20.
Okay. Wait, /R space D20?
Yes, I think.
Oh, wait, 1D2. Okay.
Well, maybe someday.
Can I do a perception check to see what this teacher we have looks like?
Well, if you ask that, and if you wanna, let's see, if you wanna make an insight check, or you can ask if you wanna ask Sir Granite Nail, and for any information, you can totally do that.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Okay.
It seems a little protective.
No, I'll roll the insight check. I got this.
All right.
I feel good about this. Shit.
Hey, well, your insight from what you can tell is that Miss is that this teacher is a female, not married.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
And I don't know, the way he is acting and saying that she's new, she might be young. Who knows?
Oh.
We'll see.
You hit him with the "oh baby."
Oh, baby.
Okay, give me 1 second as I write Grandma Miss Berry here. No.
She casts a spell to make herself younger. Look,
Hey,
appear
man.
younger.
Hey, us high elves don't mind age. I tell you that much. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope she likes 3-foot-tall demons.
I keep forgetting that you're super short tiefling.
3 foot tall.
I just want to know that I've decided that Geico is a bimbo. No, wait, what's the word? Himbo.
Himbo.
Himbo, yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard that before.
Alrighty. And so, Granite Nail's just okay if you have any other questions. If not, then we can call the assistant back in. He can show you where your room is and kind of help you get settled.
Do we have our own rooms, or are we sharing one?
Oh no, this so pretty much you guys are in a squad. Yeah. So
you're gonna have to share with Master Chi. I'm gonna be losing my stuff constantly.
Well, it's that's one of the things with the dream. It randomly selects different people from the room selects random people that are in the area that are underneath the spell and puts them in what seems to be the most optimal team. And we train you guys to be a unit that would hopefully go out and make the world better. And so you guys all seem to work together to become this unit. I don't know, if you guys do well and you go out on missions, you might even be able to make a name and, I don't know, be able to name your unit if you so wish.
Oh.
Suicide Squad.
But right now, you guys are just...
Bean buddies.
I wouldn't call us buddies.
If that's what you want to be called, sure. But that's one of the things. You guys will be sharing a room. Don't worry, it's not like a bunk bed situation. It's a pretty decent sized bed.
Man,
It's two twin beds.
top bunk.
Pasta
Did
Chi
you
and
say
a mediocre
decent-sized
3.
bed?
I misspoke because other people started laughing and talking and made me laugh.
We're sharing one bed. Just kidding.
It builds unity.
Built unity. It's a team building exercise.
But you guys, it's a big room. You guys will each have your own bed and a desk and your own kind of section of the place to call your own. But that is something that we do to make sure that the unit will grow close together and help each other out. At least that's what the case studies about 100 years told us to do. And we haven't had issues since, so yeah.
Yeah, I can't see any issues arising at all.
No.
Good. So,
Is there a toilet in this room?
right in the middle. I'm joking. There's
No walls.
nope. It's like a Sim City or Sim situation. No, don't worry. There's bathrooms. It's over there. It's
Good.
you guys. It's not like one separate for each of you guys. Like you all have to share that bathroom. Like
Oh god. Just imagine like a toilet in the middle of the room, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and I just walk outside, and Geico's fucking sitting there, just looking at me, going,
I was just like, you've seen this already.
What is the garbage recycling situation like in this dorm? Are there multiple containers for different items?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will stay here.
Okay. writes something down on his piece of paper. Yeah. All right. So then, yeah. So we'll. You guys are ready? We'll call in the assistant, and yeah, he'll show you the room and get you guys settled and bring you over to the cafeteria and get you guys some dinner, and then you guys pretty much have free time until class the next day.
About time.
Free time.
So, if there's no other questions, excellent. So, he like rings the bell, and the assistant comes in. He's just like, "Oh, yes, yeah, okay, okay, guys, if you just want to follow me," and he takes you to your room and shows you in there, helps you guys get all settled, and then brings you over to the cafeteria and kind of informs you like, "Yep, this is why you need the armband, because if you don't have the armband, you have to pay. So if you have the armband, that is pretty much proof that you belong here and that your meals and food and stuff is covered." You guys kind of make up that money later when you go out on missions, but yeah. So just make sure you don't lose that armband, and yeah, we'll just rock and roll. So.
Sardine has a good question for us. Does anyone have a duplication spell to make infinite armbands?
I don't have any duplication spells.
At level 1, I don't think so.
Speaking of money,
Mm-hmm.
we know that Geico still has the ashes. So does Pastor Chi still have the gold?
Well, I think it's only fair that I do the same thing. So, high or low?
Low.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
I missed out by one.
It's 10 or lower.
Okay. Never mind. Pastor Chi needs some time alone. In his room.
As I breathe a sigh of relief. So, alright, yeah, so pretty much now, like, you guys, like, we're gonna just fast forward time a little bit. You guys have finished your meal, and you now have a few options where you can just, you guys can explore the campus a little bit, or you can just go back to your room and just go to the next day, go to classes the next day. That's kind of all that's open for you currently. So, what would you guys like to do? Or if there's something else that you want to suggest to do, like, we can go with that, or we can work with it.
What do you guys say we go explore campus a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to get a feel for the campus.
Okay.
Theorin, no shooting people. Geico, no peeing in public, please.
I can't promise anything.
Man, part of me now wants you to like just roll every little bit to see if you pee.
Every single social interaction.
Every step, it's like a luck roll. No. All right. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. So you guys go there and you guys are exploring, and in the so if you guys are in the back east corner, so the northeast corner, and you guys come upon a hold on. Okay, I just need you guys to get all close because I don't have your tokens on other areas, so that way I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to do this real quick, and Copy. Okay. And you guys come upon a garden area. This garden is just
Whoa.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
oh
yeah,
my
so
goodness.
like there's just an assortment of different colors.
Who the fuck are these guys?
And
No.
yeah, so yeah, so if you guys are gonna go, nope. Alright.
Nope.
So let me tell you. Here, let me make this.
Oh, there's a little bench.
Mm,
Wait, where am I?
statue.
Oh, I'm over there.
Yep. Alrighty, so let me just give you a little bit of flavor text, and then you guys can go from there. So, pretty much it's just this big, beautiful garden where it's a mixture of what seems like produce to like it seems like they grow their own food here. Like Abington Al is saying that there are watermelons growing somewhere in this garden. You guys passed them, just not in this section. And as you guys go further on, you guys go to you pass that into this area filled with different trees and just life that was gathered all over the world. As you can see, like there's trees like just in here. There's golden and crimson trees to like fluorescent blue and purple trees. You guys even passed an area that is filled with what looks like giant glowing mushrooms. That is that you guys all know are from another part of the world. Excuse me. And like as you explore this, you're just seeing like different things of from different cultures that Gintax has collected. And you get to this fork in the road, and it is very beautiful. Like as you guys are walking through here, you guys see this other group of people, and what you see before you is pretty much a turtle doing push-ups while waiting for a fishing line that is in the fountain, just doing push-ups there. The turtle, yeah, that's the turtle right there. Turtle, for anyone who doesn't know, is a race that is just a giant turtle.
Oh, I love him.
And like
I'm googling turtle. Wow.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I play a turtle in one of my other games, and he is very dumb because I rolled very poorly with his stats.
Can I try and sit on his shell?
Well, you can. Let me just finish saying who else is here.
Yes.
As you guys there, you can see that there is a dwarf that is deep in a book. That's him up there, right here. I didn't have a token with a dwarf with a book, so yeah. So he's just deep in a book, kind of mumbling to himself.
He's surrounding everybody.
Hey, yo, what are you reading?
We're asserting our dominance.
And then you see on this bench is a half orc holding what looks like a dark glass disc and is just twiddling, like kind of. You've seen those coin tricks where they like move the coin through their fingers by like.
Yeah.
He's doing that. And down here is a halfling, pretty much with like a stringed instrument, but then also looks like part lute, part trumpet, and it looks like he is writing some song, like not songs, or like he's writing something down, but doesn't look very happy. But yeah, those people are all there as you guys are entering, and what would you like to do?
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice anything about them specifically that's unusual?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Should probably...
Perception. My perception sucks. I just realized that.
You're good. Alright, so even like with this, you notice that excuse me, that in this group, like it seems like everyone's doing their own thing, but it seems that this orc kind of looks like the leader of this group. You can also assume that this alright, and then the other thing is that like not only can you notice that the half orc seems like the leader, but it also the perception check, and you guys will say that you guys noticed at least one or two of these people from the crowd, so you can assume that these are also students that went through the dream as well, and from the information you're given, you can deduce that they also went through together, which is why they're hanging out.
So they're another crew.
Did you say this person over here is a half orc?
Halfling is yeah. So this person right here is the halfling. And
Okay.
this one's the half orc.
Okay. I would like to still try and sit on the tortoise's shell.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Be back in 1 minute, guys. Sorry.
Acrobatics.
Alright. So while you're getting on there, or attempting to get on there, I just gotta check one thing real quick. Yeah. So he's just like, oh man, wait, are you trying to like give me more weight to boost my muscles, dude? Oh yeah. And he just gets like he gets down and is just like, dude, climb on. I gotta get ripped.
Yay! I'm on.
Hey, let's see how well he can do with this. Oh my gosh, and he's just
God.
like just ripping out, like he just goes like X Games mode and is just doing a million push-ups. Like, this is the inspiration I needed, bruh. Yeah.
Can I rub his head in as like a good job?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, sweet scalp massage as well. Oh my goodness, this is like one of the best tastes ever.
Oh, I made a friend.
All right, so what does anybody else want to do something?
Oh yes, no, you go. Wait, who rolled a 20?
The turtle for doing push-ups with the dragonborn with Geico on his back.
Damn, so he.
I want to ask the
Strong.
dwarf who's reading to tell me about everything he is reading at the moment.
I like to imagine like he has your his back to you, and then you say that, and it's just like his head snaps, and then it's like that kind of.
I gotta pee. 1 sec.
Oh man, she's living out her character.
Continue.
So this character just like slowly turns his head and just like you kind of hear like the muscles in the neck like kind of cracking, just like, you want to hear what I'm reading? Huh? And like he's just like takes the breath. He's like, no one ever wants to hear about what I'm reading. Where should I start? Well, I'm reading about the history of Mirkin, and well. Oh, and you're leaving. Yep, that tracks. Okay.
Oh.
Was that flavor leaving or real leaving?
No, that's just flavor.
Okay. I'll play it either way. He's like, so I found out that this whole world was created by the 4 elements. Arash, Matu, Odine, and I keep forgetting what the last one is. Oh, Kai. but then there was a fifth element named Law who stopped these Celestials coming in. Dude, it's really crazy. Like, I know this is like common history, but you really want to hear about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, he like flips a few pages. He's like, yeah. So, the elements pretty much got together and through their combined energies made this planet that we live on. And actually, they made everything. They made the whole world, and I assume like where the stars and beyond that. And well, originally it was just things. However, a creature from another dimension, I believe that's what Matu was telling his followers, that this creature called the Traveler came, and she came and was exploring the land and was amazing, and they just had so much fun as they went and explored this world together. And however, she was followed, as you know, the Celestials. They followed her through the portal, and well, the Celestials, they're a war-mongering group, and they wanted to take this world as their own. So, and this is where I'm kind of getting close to the end, but it seems like there was a battle between the elements and their children and the Traveler versus the Celestials, and there was another element that was born called Law, and Law stopped everything. But in the end, the Traveler died, and from the energy of the Traveler is how life was made. How you and me and all the races were made. And that's as far as I'm reading, but that's kind of where, I don't know, it's just blowing my mind.
Good shit.
So, yeah, we'll let you sit there and keep talking with him a little bit, but yeah, we'll move on to so either
What did I miss? What lore is this?
the birth of the world.
Okay.
Just
Common knowledge, come on.
the entire history of.
It wasn't the
Our
entire
world.
history, but a good chunk.
I have to go about that when it's being. Well, typical Geico, right?
To be fair, I wasn't expecting that question, so I was like, okay, it all works out. But yeah, so Pastor Chi, Aaron, or Darko, what would you guys like to do?
Pastor Chi would like to walk up behind this person here on the edge of the map, who is facing away from me.
Okay.
And perhaps Pastor Chi would like to see what he has in his possession. Just a light pat down, perhaps a little pickpocket.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Alrighty then.
We have
Yeah.
to live with this guy? Oh my god.
So, you pat him down, and just with the quick pat down, let's see, you pretty much get a bundle of papers that is, it seems like that's all that the halfling was carrying on them, and at the title you just see works in progress.
Can Pastor Chi tap him on the shoulder and ask what it is?
Yeah, and the halfling turns around and is like, oh, hey, oh, man. Did you read them?
No. I would just like to know what's in it and how much it's worth.
Broken hearts, pretty much. Like, that's kind of... Yeah, those are my works, my songs. I'm a bard, you know, and hence I got the Lutenspiel over here, and Yeah, it's well, it's just songs that hurt the soul because that's the only emotion people feel when love doesn't exist, you know.
This
Yeah.
man needs a hug from Geico.
Can I go over there and like brows furled and slap him?
Go ahead.
Sorry, adjusting my.
Pastor Chi will hand the book
Live.
back
Okay,
and
there we go.
slither away.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, why don't you roll just a straight d20 just to see.
Okay.
You're not trying to you're not trying to harm them, right?
No,
Yeah.
just like how dare you slap?
Oh, switch
wait,
the
is that
slash
wrong?
and the R.
Oh.
Slash and the R, yeah. Just switch them.
1 d20. Oh.
Alright, so you go and hit him, but like the halfling literally doesn't move. He's like, yeah, I understand.
This is happening, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's who. And when you do that, you're just like, the orc sits up, he's like, excuse me, what are you doing to my party?